Welcome to our Just Pause practice. That's it. That's everything. Yeah. Cultivating a little compassionate attention to just be. And it's in this pause that we can meet ourselves with breath, but also with the invitation to rest. Rest physically, rest mentally. But there's also a component of just pause and meditation for peeling back the layers, as Stephen Cope calls it, to be more intimate with ourselves. And it's that intimacy that I want to bring the Metta practice to today. And we're going to do a little time traveling as we practice the Metta. Okay? Now, the Metta that I'm going to guide is the life's work blessing that I use with all of my practices. And you are welcome to use it along with me or adapt it to what feels most right for you. There is no one way to do Metta. It's rooted in loving kindness, and it's meant to be an offering from the abundance that we know. Yeah? Okay. So, whether you're reclined or upright, finding that pause to check in. Feel your breath. Feel the body, feel its shape and its orientation. Feel the presence of effort and energy. And then call upon your witness. And if that's a term that maybe doesn't quite yet resonate with you, that's okay. The witness is simply that perspective, that non-judgmental perspective that sees with abundant compassion. So it might mean that for you, you're not quite able to access. And so I find that taking the perspective of our best friend can be close enough. And from that perspective, the best friend or the witness, send yourself this loving kindness prayer, this intention. It might help to turn the palms in a receiving palm up fashion, or it might help to just lay the hands on where you feel the most connected to your center, whether it's heart, whether it's belly, whether it's solar plexus, even if it's your mind stuff, wherever it is that you feel most connected. So I will say one line of the blessing and then leave time for you to call and response, right? Whether you say it out loud or whether you say it in your own head or heart space, that's entirely up to you. If you repeat it verbatim or you unintentionally mess it all up, it's the intention that matters. Or use your own intention. So from that best friend or witness perspective, direct towards your inner self. May you breathe deeply. May you move freely in body and mind. May you labor lovingly in whatever tasks are yours to do today. May you live vibrantly and intimately with prana. You're welcome to stay right here with this intention. We're going to repeat that metta for our former selves, our younger selves. If that feels like it's too vulnerable for any reason, just stay with the now. We're going to direct this first to ourselves as an infant, as a newborn. May you breathe deeply. May you labor lovingly. I missed it. May you move freely. May you labor lovingly. And may you live vibrantly and intimately with prana. How does it feel to send loving kindness to this innocent, beautiful baby? And then let us send it to our adolescent self. And maybe you have an image of yourself still in those single digit years, or maybe a little more into the early teenage years, when you were still learning to be yourself, still dependent on the world to tell you where and how to breathe and move and do. Let us send that little person the metta. May you breathe deeply. May you move freely in body and in mind. May you labor lovingly. May you live vibrantly and intimately with prana. Let's time travel once again to our young adulthood. If you are a young adult, at least last year or yesterday. May you breathe deeply. May you move freely in body and mind. May you labor lovingly. May you live vibrantly and intimately with prana. And let us time travel again to our future self, to our tomorrow self. Whatever age that may be, can you send your future self this same metta kindness? May you breathe deeply. May you labor. Oops, I did it again. May you move freely in mind and body. May you labor lovingly. May you live vibrantly and intimately with prana. And now let us time travel again to our final days, our final moment? And can we send that person, whether it's tomorrow or a decade from now, or whenever that moment comes, can we hold loving kindness for that future self? May you breathe deeply. May you move freely in body and in mind. May you labor lovingly. May you live vibrantly and intimately with prana. How different does that feel from sending metta to your young self? And finally, from the perspective of all of these future and former selves, bring them into this witness perspective, your best friend perspective, and send metta to your current self, just as you are today. And I'm going to switch the pronoun from you to I. And I want for you to try to do the same. Speak to yourself from yourself. May I breathe deeply. May I move freely in body and mind. May I labor lovingly. May I live vibrantly and intimately with prana, with all. Start to expand your attention back to this moment and take another slightly deeper breath to begin your return to the day. To make the choices on your path, to breathe deeply and to move freely, to labor lovingly, so that you may rest in that intimacy with prana. You may live vibrantly. Let us close this practice with a bow and a blessing. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing in that practice. I hope that that was a pleasant journey for you.
It was odd. I felt like I had two heavy weights in the palms of my hands, while they were up like that. I felt like I had heaviness there.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was. It just felt very heavy.
Yeah. Did it change in its heaviness, or was it perhaps just an awareness that has no real foundation in
It just felt heavy, that's all.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe you bring your hands and ground again before you re-enter your day. Okay?
Okay, good idea.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.